Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I will start with Sushant's question. Sushant, your question was about frequency, no? Okay. Let me students entering. Okay. So about frequency. See, let me give you an example. Suppose I am having the height of the students. Okay, 60 students height I am having. Okay, say 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 60. Now these 60 students, I know the height. Okay, and I write in a copy. That is a raw data, right? But now I say I will divide this into some classes. Okay, say okay, so just do this like this. Yeah. Now I say that I will make some classes 4 feet to 4 feet 6 inch. All my 60 student, I will count and I will place in my this frequency distribution to 5 feet. Okay. So for that, I make some classes 5 feet to 5 feet 6 inch, 5 feet 6 inch, 5 feet 6 inch. Let's suppose there is no student above 6 feet. Okay, just 5 feet 6 inch and up to 6 feet. Say 6 feet is also, might be there some student. Just so now what I will do, I have formed 4 classes, right? Now out of the 60 students, I will count. I will simply count how many are within 4 feet to 4 feet 6 inch, right? Say 5, right? Then 4 feet 6 inch to 5 feet. How many? Say 20. Majority lies in this. And say 5 feet to 5 feet 6 inch, say 15. Okay. So 25 and 15, 40, and say rest 20 are in the height, in the range 5 feet 6 inches. So this is my frequency. This is my frequency. These are my classes. I think you have studied during your foundation courses. These are my classes. Okay. So, and this is the lower limit of a class, 4 feet. This is the upper limit of a class. So this is what? This is what? This is a group data, and this is in my session, in my section, I also showed how to construct from raw data this one. Okay. There are some rules I cannot actually, it's very difficult to repeat here, but this is what is frequency. Is it clear, Sushant?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Oh, very good. Keep on asking questions. So let me stop share. My board is visible now. Well,
Yes, sir.
okay. Please let me know if you face any difficulty. So, okay. So let me again start with the, a little bit is left. So mode, we were discussing the mode. Let me, where it is. Yeah, yes. Yes. So hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is mode, right? Let us study the formula of mode. Yeah. So as you know, mode is defined as the value of variable which occurs most frequently in the data set, as we have seen in my last data set, right? But that was for ungrouped data. So for group data, what is the formula? What is the formula, right? So when the data is grouped in frequency distribution, the manager needs to, you know, must assume that the mode is located in the class with highest frequency. So the mode can be found using this formula. So all of you can see the formula. Right. Let me make it bigger. Yeah, I think now it is clear, right? So what is the formula of mode? Formula of mode is MO is equal to LMO. I will explain this term. LMO plus D1 by D1 plus D2 into W. Some of you were asking that what is sir W? This is my W, right? Width of the class. What is width of the class? Upper limit minus lower limit. Okay. Now, what is L? So what again when we are studying the mode, what will be our first, first job? First job is to find the modal class, right? So yesterday we did a problem also on mode. So how to find the modal class? The class with the highest frequency is called the modal class. So we can locate the modal class now. LMO is the lower limit of the modal class. Is the lower limit of the modal class. D1 is frequency of the modal class minus the frequency of the class just below it. Okay, and D2 is the frequency of the modal class minus the frequency of the class just above it. Okay, and W is the width of the modal class. Okay, so this is my formula for the mode if the data is in the grouped, if it is a group data, right? So again I repeat, LMO is the lower limit of the modal class. Okay, what is modal class? Modal class is the class with the highest frequency. D1 is frequency of the modal class minus the frequency of the class just below it, and D2 is the frequency of the modal class minus the frequency of the class just above it, and W is the width of the modal class. So this is all about the mean, median and mode. Let me stop share.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Shamdir.
Sir, actually, I just want to ask about LMO. LMO is the lower limit of the modal class.
Okay.
Yesterday, we put the value of LMO is 5,000 rupees. Can you please scroll it down?
Yesterday, no? This one, no?
Yes, sir. So how 5,000 rupees is LMO? Why not 3,000 or 1,000?
I will explain you. See, all of you, I hope maximum of you are present in the last class. We did this problem, right? So first job, as I told you, so first job is to, what is the modal class? Now see the frequency, all the frequencies, right? See the frequency column.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, 162 is the maximum value and the lower limit is 5,000. Okay,
5,000, right?
I got it, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay. So again, what I feel, I will do some problems in the next tutorial class, because first actually theory has to be dealt, and then, so as you did in the foundation, so I started with, okay, so don't worry. So I think we are through with the majority of the measures of central tendency. Now, our next topic is measures of dispersion. So let me tell you something about dispersion, right? See, we know the central tendency of the data by this time. Mean, median, mode we have studied. But what about the dispersion, right? Now, I just, let me tell you a story. A person went to a river and asked a person who was standing nearby, that what is the depth of the river? He said it is 4 feet. And the person was a say 5 feet person, or say 5 feet 5 inch. So he thought that well, it's very safe for me. Yes, Ashish.
Sir, can you
Ashish, you
explain me what is cumulative frequency once again?
Yes, surely. See, cumulative frequency is the frequency which is the summation of all the frequency below the median class, before the median class. Okay. Now, what does the word cumulative means? Cumulative means summation of, whenever there will be a small f, as I told you, small f means frequency of the class, right? And when there is a capital F, it is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency means summation of all the frequencies until the median class or modal class, whatever problem you are doing. Say in this case, it will be modal class, right? Is it clear? Who asked this question? I did not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 So yes, let us start. Let us continue. Yeah, but the person uh, only asked about the depth of the river. Average depth, right? So if a person asks average depth and he knows that 4 feet, so he thought that he will be safe. He is a 5 feet 5 inch person and he can cross the river, right? But what happened in between? Okay, Kranti, who is this? Kritan.
Kritankar, sir.
It's okay, Kritankar. I understand. That's no problem. Okay. 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 So, yeah. So, but he got drowned. Okay. Why? Because he was not a person of statistics. He asked only the average depth, but he should have asked the standard deviation or the variance also. In some part of the river, it may be 3 feet. In some part of the river, it may be 9 feet, 10 feet also, and he is a 5 feet 5 inch person. He will get drowned. It is quite logical. But he only asked what is the average depth, right? So here is the importance of variance or standard deviation, right? So whenever we get a data, we should not only ask for the mean. Mean does not give us a full idea of the data. We must ask for the variance or standard deviation also, right? Let me give you another example. Let me open my. What is the importance of standard variance? You should understand this. Suppose, oh sorry, I think I have not shared. No? Oh, yeah. So now you can see my board, no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Very difficult every time remember, and my pen is fine. Yeah, pen is fine. Chalo. Okay. So in standard deviation, we need to understand that why at all standard deviation and variance. See, look here. So standard deviation is required because uh, we were asked. Okay. So suppose section D and section A. Okay. Okay. So both the section, the mean is 50. Mean marks after the midterm is 50. Okay. And this happens. I have seen this from. Okay, section A, section D. Mean marks are same. So what can you conclude from this? Yes, Sushant. What can you conclude? Mean marks in section A and section D are same.
Your average marks are same.
Average marks are same. But what more you can conclude? but you cannot say that where the exactly the marks lie. Okay, suppose in section D the lowest marks is 10 and the highest marks is 90, and in section A the lowest marks is 40 and the highest marks is 60. Are you getting? Low, high, low, high, or highest, lowest, highest. So do you think that both section A and section D, the students are of same, say same, what should I say, same, same
Caliber.
knowledge, same caliber? Are they of the same
No.
caliber, section D and section A?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. See, so that's why this is the variation, importance of variation. In section D, there are students as low as getting 10, 15, 20, right? And in section, and also getting students in this range. So this is a wide dispersion from 10 to 90, the marks lie. But see, mainly here, the students are mostly average. All are between 40 to 60, right? So very average students in section A, and in section D, there are some students very, very brilliant, and there are some students who are, you know, not at all up to the mark, and some maybe also in the average level, right? This is the variance. This is in very, this is called the variance and the importance of variance, right? Okay, so let us, and this is coming. Let me stop share. Yeah. So let us start with now the measures of dispersion. Stop share. Those. Stop share, na? New share, yeah. New share. Yes. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
You are seeing 4 levels of measurement.
Yes.
Okay. Let me stop share then. Share screen. Yeah. Now it will be fine. Where is that one? Now. Now also. Let me. Where is? Just 1 minute. Uh, okay, just I will share screen. What you are seeing now, chapter 3, now? It's not opening actually. Pause share. Resume share. Option. Oh, okay, I will just re-enter within 1 minute. Okay, just hold on. Ah, okay. Oh, stop. Okay, so let us do the standard deviation. I don't know why it is coming. Screen is paused. Resume. Okay, let me just stop sharing this. And, okay, I think now you can see my screen now. Hello,
No, sir.
Sir,
can
it is
see.
starting.
Sir,
You can see my desktop.
no,
No,
sir.
sir, nothing.
No, sir.
Paused. Now it is nothing, na?
No, sir. Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Now I got it. I think now you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see the slide. No? Don't know what has happened. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, some. Okay, I'm facing some problem. So let me give you some idea about the variance and standard deviation. So what is variance, right? Variance is, you know, variance is the dispersion of the data, right? And standard deviation is the square root of variance, right? So what are the different measures of, you know, this measures of dispersion? First is it is range. What is range? Range is the difference between the highest value minus the lowest value, right? Suppose the height of the student in the class is say 8 feet, say 6 feet, the tallest student, and the shortest student is say 4.5 feet. So what is the range? The range is the highest value minus the lowest value. Okay. So this we need to understand that range is a measure which is not very much, you know, accepted in our statistics. So what is the measure that is accepted? The measure that is accepted is mean deviation. Okay. So what is mean deviation? Mean deviation is the summation of, just let me show you this. You can see my board now, no?
No, sir.
No?
No,
No, sir.
New share. Acha, okay, let me take one new share. And this is my screen. Okay, now I understand. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, now you can see my screen. No?
no.
No, sir.
Okay. Hmm. So let me just log out once. So can you see this launch meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay, 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 okay. So
Yes,
I
sir.
got it now.
Yes,
I
sir.
got it. Okay, so let me stop share. Screen. Launch meeting. Again, launch meeting is coming, na?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now you can see chapter 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank God. I don't know what I pressed something. Now you can see, na?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Arithmetic mean of group data
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Not visible, sir.
not visible.
Your folder
The
is
screen
open.
is visible, but it's on
Ah.
chapter 3 PDF. Like your folder and chapter 3
There
will
are
be
chapter
stacked.
1, 2, 3, 4, and all
Yeah,
these
we can
chapters.
see your folder.
Okay. Share. New share. If I take new share. Now.
Yes, now we can see arithmetic mean of group
Oh.
data.
Okay. Okay. Thank God I got it. Actually, very sorry for the disturbance.
That's okay, sir.
No issue, sir.
Yeah. Very sorry. Very sorry. So, okay. So, measures of dispersion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so why we study dispersion? At least I have told you. Now, measures of dispersion, range, mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation. So if you see, these are the four major, because I need to explain you the formulas. So it is very required, the screen is required. Otherwise, I can teach. But okay, so range is largest value minus smallest value, right? So what does that mean? The student with, the highest height, the tallest student minus the shortest student, that's the range. Largest value minus smallest value. Now this measure is not very apt or not very useful, because in this range we do not use the data, we do not use maximum of the data, we use only the highest data and the lowest data, right? So range is not a very useful measure in the measures of dispersion, right? So next important measure is mean deviation, right? So what is mean deviation? Mean deviation, if you see the formula, okay, now let me take my pen. Now everything is fine. Okay. So mean deviation is, if you see, it's x minus x bar. What does this means? I write here x minus, sorry, x minus x bar. Okay, what does this means? Difference of the data from the mean. Now, I hope you have seen a property while we were discussing mean, that if there are some positive deviation and if there are some negative deviation, each one will cancel each other, okay, and the net result will be zero. So this was, the statistician faced a very big problem of, for that, this property, that mean or sorry, the sum of the deviations is zero. Sum of the deviation from the mean of each value is zero. I explained you while we were studying the arithmetic mean, right? Now, so what the statistician do? They asked that let us put a modulus. This is a sign of modulus. So suppose any value minus z, if we put a modulus, it becomes a plus
Positive.
z. Yeah, positive. So mean deviation is the deviation by taking only the positive deviations. Okay, only the positive deviations from the mean. So x minus x bar, and then we take the summation. Then we take the summation. So x minus x bar, and then we take the summation and divided by n. This is called the mean deviation. Okay, mean deviation. So sigma x minus x bar modulus, then we take a sigma and then divided by n. Okay. So let us see one problem, small problem on mean deviation. This is the problem. Just see, look at this problem for 2 minutes. Look at this problem. I also showed you, right? The number of cappuccino in Orange Country Airport between 4 and 7 p.m. for a sample of 5 days last year were this 20, 40, and these are the data. Now determine the mean deviation for the cappuccino. So the range is very simple, 80 minus 20. What is the largest data here? 80. What is the smallest data here? 20. So 80 minus 20 is 60, right? 80 minus 20 is 60. Okay. Now, if we need to calculate the mean deviation, right? If we need to calculate the mean deviation, so what we'll do? You all of you see here. These are my x values. These are my x values. 20, 40, 50, 60, 80. So first of all, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the mean of this series. If you calculate the mean, it is 50, right? So we take the x minus x bar. That means deviation from the mean. So 20 minus 50 is how much? Minus 30. 40 minus 50 is how much? Minus 10. 50 minus 50 is 0, and so on. We can take that. Now see, now if I take this sum, it will be 0. We know from the property. So what the statistician have done, they have taken a absolute deviation. What is the meaning of absolute deviation? Yeah,
Kritankar sir.
Kritankar, yes, Kritankar.
Sir, I have a question actually. So earlier आपने बताया था in regards to outliers. अगर इसमें एक outlier आता है with very high number.
Yeah.
পড়াশোনা করবি না তুই এদিকে ছোট্টু হয়নি তোর এসে ইংলিশ পড়
Yeah, who is this? You need to mute, please.
Sir, yes, my
Please
question
be
was
muted except the student who is talking. Yes, Kritankar. Yes.
Yes, sir. So my question is, sir, अगर there will be a mean, there will be an outlier of a very high number. So won't it change the whole, like mean deviation will be changed? Because the highest number will be of one value, let's say, and the minimum value, there are two outliers of high value and low values. So it will affect the mean deviation as well, right?
Yes, yes, it will affect. Yes.
Okay,
So your query is, it will affect the mean deviation or not? No? Yeah,
Yes,
it's going to affect. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now we are actually simply calculating here what is the mean deviation of this data series. If this is my data series, what is the mean deviation? So we take the absolute deviation. What is the absolute deviation of minus 30? It is 30. What is the absolute deviation of minus 10? It is 10, and so on. Okay. Now we take the sum, that is 80. And now see the formula of mean deviation. Mean deviation is equal to sigma. Okay, sigma x minus x bar modulus. Got my point? So all the positive deviation, summation of all the positive deviation is called the absolute deviation. Okay. So what is our summation? Summation is 80. So the numerator is 80. And how many data points do I have? How many data points? What is our n here? N is 5.
5.
So what is our mean deviation? 16. Clear? Mean deviation, any query? Please ask now. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Sanchit.
Sir, if we go by the formula
Uh-huh.
of mean deviation is somewhat same to the arithmetic mean. So sir, then what is
No,
the difference between the two terms?
no. No. Arithmetic mean, what was the formula? Sigma f into x. Okay. Arithmetic mean and mean deviation is not same, Sanchit. It is different, no?
No, sir, I am talking about the if we are taking into consideration the ungrouped data.
Ungrouped data, okay. This is
So
ungrouped data.
but sir, when we were calculating arithmetic mean of the ungrouped data, we were using the same formula.
No, for ungrouped data, what is the formula? It is sigma x by n.
मेरे हिसाब से मैक्सिमम है 10 तो मतलब आपकी 50 की 50
Hello. Yes, Sanchit.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, I got confused between the formulas.
You got confused. Don't worry, I will give you all the formulas. You take your time. In one session, I understand it is very difficult, you know. So, but so that's why I am anybody. Yeah. So, yes, who is this? Yeah, somebody raised hand. Please ask.
Sir, Siddharth this side.
Siddharth, please ask.
Sir, from exam point of view, we have to cover only the practical part, or the theoretical part also comes in exam, like definitions or advantages, disadvantages of this.
No, Siddharth. Yeah, very good question. See, from the exam point of view, you have to study both the theory and the numerical. You never know, the practical may be more, practical may be less. Okay, that is a different story. But when we are learning in the class, we have to learn everything. We have to do the problem, we have to learn. But see, if you, what I have seen, if you learn the formulas, it's a very simple for you to calculate, right? That's why in the tutorial class, I am dealing with only problem solution. And in the normal lecture mode, I will explain you the formula, why the formula, how the formula came, what are the terms of the formula, how to calculate the formula. Everything I will teach you in the lecture mode, right? In the normal class. And in the tutorial class, I will tell you about the calculations part, right? Practical calculation. And some of you will be doing it. Okay. Very good question, but let us study everything, theory and, but for exam point of view, your numerical is more important, right? Because question will be 80%, 90% numericals, right? So, suppose this sort of question, I will be showing you, but so, yes, somebody else raised hand. I could not get anybody. You can unmute and ask.
Sir,
Okay,
one
you can
question,
unmute.
sir. The data is already in ascending order. If it was not in ascending order, should we have converted it into ascending, or like this also it would have been fine?
No, for mean deviation.
Yes, sir.
No, for mean deviation, no ascending, descending, no concept
Okay.
of wherever it is, whatever be the data, no. But for median, I told for median,
Yes, sir.
when we
Medium.
calculate the median, you have to keep it in the ascending, or you can keep it in descending. Generally, we keep it in the ascending order, right? Here, no. In mean deviation, there is no concept. Yeah. Very good. So let us stand. Yeah. So let me try to complete today. Actually, we lost some time. Okay. So population, now variance and standard deviation. Yeah. All of you now pay attention. Very important concept. Very important concept. Let me rub this. Oh, fine. Now, yeah, we will study simultaneously, right? These two, variance and standard deviation. First, see, try to understand standard deviation and variance. These are very, you know, very associated, very much associated, because if you calculate variance, generally when we calculate variance, we just take a square root and the standard deviation is, we get the standard deviation. Now, what is variance? Variance, listen carefully now, variance is the summation of squared deviation of each data point from the mean. I again repeat, variance is the summation of the square deviation of the data point from the mean, right? See what happened. The statistician was not happy. Were not happy about the mean deviation. So they came out with another property. See, any number when we square it up, then what happens? It becomes positive and we can calculate the deviation. So this property, the statistician took help of the squaring and came out with a concept which is called variance. And it is a very, very important concept in statistics, variance. Everything is variance, right? Everything is all about variance, right? So variance, what do we study? We study the deviation from the mean. And if we want to study the formula, it is squaring it up with this deviation and summing it up. Now look at this formula. Now look at this formula. So it is x minus mu whole square. We are squaring, okay? We are squaring the deviation and taking the sigma, and we divide the number by n. And how do we denote it? We denote it by, variance is denoted by sigma square. Standard deviation is denoted by sigma. Okay, so simple. See, once we calculate variance, standard deviation, we just put a square root, whole square root, and we get the standard deviation. Now, hope it is clear. So let us do one problem. So I have given you the formula. Let us do one problem. Yeah. So hope you can see this. Okay. See the problem. See my screen. Very simple. Ungrouped is very simple, right? Okay, so there are some number of traffic citations issued during the last 5 months in this place: 38, 26, 13, 41, 22. This is our data set. So what is the population variance? This is my data set. Okay, so this we consider as X. This is our data set. This is our data set. Okay. So first, how to calculate the steps? Please take a note. We take, first and foremost, we calculate the mean. Okay, mean deviation from the mean. So mean is sigma x by n. If you take the sum of this, 38 plus 26 plus this 5, it is 140 by 5. Why 5? There are 5 data points. Our n is 5, right? So our mean is 28. Now look here. So our mean mu is 28. All of you look here. So how do we calculate? 38 minus 28. How much? 38 minus 28 is plus 10. 26 minus 28 is how much? Minus 2. 13 minus 28 is minus 15, and so on. Okay. Now, see, in mean deviation, we took a modulus, but here we will not take a modulus. Here what we will do, we will square it up. We will square this. We will take a square of this. So x minus mu whole square. Okay. So 10 square is how much? 100. Minus 2 square is 4. Minus 15 whole square is 225, and so on. Okay. So we take the sum of this. We take the sum of this, that is 534, because you see the numerator, sum of the squared deviation of data point from mean, right? So the sum divided by n, right? This we got 534, not 534 divided by 5. 5 is our data point. So our variance is 106.8, and we can easily calculate the standard deviation from here. It is root over 106, it will 10 point something, right? Root over 100 is 10, and 106.8 you can calculate by your calculator. It is 10 point something. Yes. Any question now? Let me stop. Any question? Variance and standard deviation clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, yeah, we can just start. Let me just show you for the. Now, if the data is grouped, this formula won't work, as I told you. So, how will we calculate? How will we calculate? There is another formula for the grouped data of standard deviation. So, all of you write this formula and try to understand also. So, standard deviation of grouped data. The previous formula won't work. So what is our formula? S is equals to root over sigma f into f multiplied by m minus x bar whole square by n minus 1, where S is the symbol for standard deviation. S is the symbol for the sample standard deviation, and M is the midpoint of the class. M is the, yeah, Nitin?
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, can you explain the standard deviation of ungrouped once again, please?
Ungrouped, yeah, sure. Let me rub this. This is getting clumsy, I think. Huh? Very simple. See, only formula based. If you remember the formula, it's nothing. You want the problem or this formula?
Yes, sir. This
one. Okay.
Standard deviation.
Yes. Yes. This is the variance and standard deviation. So I have calculated the variance. Just only if you square root it, we'll get the variance. Sorry, standard deviation. So sigma is equal to root over 106.8. So that will be something 10 point something. It will
10.33.
I can calculate by your calculator. Okay, so I will. So let us stop here. I will start in the next a little bit left. So standard deviation, and then some interquartile deviation, some more deviations are there. Coefficient, I will finish in the next section. Okay, so I'm stopping sharing. Actually, I think I pressed pause share. Pause share means it is not sharing. It was a loss some time. Yeah. Any query? We have not finished yet, but still, if you are having query, ask.
So what all topics are we going to cover in standard this measures of distortion? Like in your induction class, you told us now there are certain topics that we won't be covering in our semester.
Yeah, we will. Okay, you are in my this one class. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is interquartile this one deviation and coefficient of variation. These two. Yeah, anyone, any doubt, any query, any clarification, you can ask me.
Are calculators allowed in this exam?
Yeah, calculators are allowed, but not the programmable ones. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, there are some calculator where you can store the formulas also, so that is not allowed. You have yeah, so you have to mug up the formula. Huge list is going to come. Okay, we have started already, I think. Okay. Yes, any other query? Mean, median, mode, standard deviation? Please ask.
So there will be regression also, or only variance?
No, regression will come later on. Later on, regression will come. Regression will come after midterm.
Okay.
Regression will come after. Yes, Rishabh. Yeah, any query? So we will in our tutorial class we will do some problems. Okay, more problems where you can practice. Okay. So might be in theory class I cannot solve enough problems, but in tutorial class I will solve. Yeah. Okay, so I think we can wind up for the day.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.